What is up, everybody? SmackDookie here, and I am on day 3 of ditching Windows for Bazite, which is a Linux distro. It is made for gaming, and I have been trying it out. Even though it's technically day 3, I've been on it for about 2 weeks now, just learning the ins and outs. First episode, I installed Bazite on my third hard drive I have on my computer and set up a partition that we can reinstall other Linux distros in the future if we so choose. In my second episode, I tested out a bunch of games in Steam. Steam came pre-installed in Bazite, so it was pretty easy to set up. And in this episode, I'm going to explore how to install games from other launchers such as GOG Galaxy, Epic Games, EA app, just to see how easy that is. I realized that not all of my games are in Steam. I've got Cyberpunk and Witcher 3 in GOG Galaxy. I've got Final Fantasy VII Remake from Epic Games because when it came out, I couldn't wait for it to come to Steam for some reason. That was my mistake. Epic Games does give out a bunch of free games every so often. Every month that changes, so check that out. And EA app, I've got Titanfall 2, and Mass Effect, so I want to maybe give those a try. First, I'm going to show you how to play GOG Galaxy games and Epic games on Linux, and it's easier than you think. There is a game launcher. It's called Heroic Games Launcher. I'm going to show you real quick how to download this. Just open up Bazaar, let it do its thing, and we're just going to search for Heroic. And right here, it would say install. I obviously have it installed already. Click on Run Application. And it already signed me in because I already downloaded Witcher 3, Hellblade, and Cyberpunk just to have it ready for this video. But in the meantime, I'm going to install a game that's going to take less time to download. It's Halloween. Let's play some Alan Wake. We'll give that a download. I'm gonna switch my drive to Games 2. Choose that, install, let it download. Shouldn't take too long. We got pretty fast internet. And then can add to Steam if we want. While that goes, I'm gonna go back and I need to figure out, manage accounts. I think that's it. Yes. I want to do an Epic Games login. So go to library and it will show up all of the Epic games I have gotten for free. There's a lot of games here. Holy crap. What am I doing with my life? This is the game I want to play. Very interested to see how this game plays considering how bad Rebirth formed on my computer. And I think I'm up to something thanks to one of my commenters in my most recent video. He said Cache OS is working pretty well with it. That is Zillow Will. So thanks for that. Maybe I'll try that out. I don't know yet. But let's download Remake. I'm gonna throw this on my 1 terabyte drive. Choose that, click on install, let it download. And Alan Wake is installing. I want to also make sure that my downloads will still work if I'm in game. I don't have any settings here, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. The first game I want to try is Witcher 3, and we don't have to add any command lines to start Mango HUD, so that's pretty cool. We can add launcher arguments here. Also wondering, there was a way to download the DirectX 11 version, which might be preferable. The DirectX 12 adds ray tracing. Mango HUD is enabled, but Mango HUD executable cannot be found on path. Make sure to install Mango HUD's Flatpak package with runtime undefined. Restart Heroic. That's new. Launch options. Oh, this was it. All right. Well, in that case, let's restart heroic. All right. Time to Google some stuff. All right. Google AI. Don't let me down. I'm gonna use 5. The number 25.08 looks bigger. I'm gonna restart heroic launcher. See if this works. And it works.
I see you gather before me. Hungry.
Let's check our settings real quick. Go to video, display. I'm gonna keep ray tracing off. Just out of curiosity, I want to turn on ray tracing. And it drops to like 22. That is awful. And at least switch to quality. It gets better. Why would it get better? Quality is more demanding. So that's really interesting. I just switched on ray tracing. Before I was getting about 100 frames per second before I put on ray tracing. And when I turned it on, it dropped down like 20, 25. Turned it off and now I'm back to 60. Really interesting. So I just want to see if I exit and then I restart Witcher 3. What is that going to look like? I want to make sure I didn't do something stupid. So I have a PlayStation 5 controller plugged in and I'm getting some feedback on the R2 and L2 buttons. That's really interesting. Like I'm getting some whatchamacallit, like tension when trying to pull the triggers. I didn't get that on the Windows. I didn't get that playing Witcher 3 on Windows. Really interesting. So that's really cool. I'm going to exit out of this for now. We'll come back to Witcher 3 when I'm ready to install it. When I'm ready to start installing mods. Let's try Cyberpunk. It's installing all the stuff in the background. I'm not getting Mango HUD. I need my performance overlay. .30-ish frames per second. I did see ray tracing was enabled. So I'm gonna, once this benchmark is done, I'm going to disable ray tracing and see what the performance is like. I'll give this little thing here. Cool. That's not true. Turn off ray tracing. Turn off chromatic aberration. Turn off motion blur. Turn off vignette. Those are garbage settings anyway. Everything's on like ultra or high. Hit apply. Run the benchmark. See how this goes. Like 50s. A little hitch there. Let's do something different. I want to get the EA app installed. I think all we really had to do was click on the plus sign and search for the EA app and hit install. I am overthinking way too many things. And we're going to go ahead and click on install and let that do its thing. All right, installation complete. Launch it. I really think I was overthinking that as well. I got Dragon Age here too. But you know what? I think it's because they got that. Yeah, they got the 2 Epic games. I can install Mass Effect. I can install Battlefield 4. I can install Battlefront 2. I swear I had Titanfall 1 somewhere. Anyway, let's download it. Put it on my fake Z drive. I put it there. Not sure if it's gonna let me put Titanfall 2 where I want it to. Is there a setting I can add? I don't think so. It's really disappointing. Have to uninstall some games to install Titanfall, but hey, at least we got the EA app installed. It's easier than I thought it would be. We can just search the Lutris website for installers and say I want to install Ubisoft Connect. We type that in, give it a search, and ooh, we can even install Rocksmith Plus. I recommend Rocksmith 2024. But let's install this and see. Oh, that's mind blown. That's much easier than I thought it was going to be. Search for it and download it. Linux has never been easier. All right, Ubisoft Connect installation completed. Can I even get in? That's the big question. Now that we have Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate installed on this computer, let's run it, see what happens. I would love to see if we get the same stuttering performance issues that I saw with Rebirth. Enable Mango HUD. And yeah, I think that's it. Play it now. Install some stuff in the background. And here we are. Final Fantasy VII Remake. At a small, low-ass resolution. Does HDR work properly? It is not. But I don't care. We got it. A new game. No, we're off to a bad start when the pre-rendered cutscene is stuttering. I love the representation of Midgar in this game. Just a bunch of people trying to get by. Some normal city. Construction workers. Well-dressed kids. Dead plants. I used to assume it's because they didn't get a lot of rain in Midgar. And it wasn't until remake, or until later on in Rebirth, really, when I realized that it was how the reactors were literally sucking the life the reactors were literally sucking the life out of the planet. It took me far too long to get that figured out. And the only reason why I'm fast forwarding through this part and not just outright skipping it is I want to see Cloud jump off the train, because that is so badass. I mean, this part's pretty cool too. That's stuttering. Frame rates are all over the place. Now it's settled down.
Get down here, Merc.
All right.
Halt! Who goes there? You're up. You're coming with us. Nice and... Don't think so.
That was quick. Okay, this is borderline unplayable. I know this is kind of not what you signed up for, but I'm going to see if we can get some. Let's try wine. See if we have a better luck with wine instead of proton.
Halt! Who goes there?
Still not great.
You're up.
Should be much better on this system.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy. Don't think so.
I mean, it's
Who in the hell?
playable.
Where I can see him.
Have fun.
Freeze! Move and we shoot. Go ahead. Enough of this. Was never in doubt. coming with us. Can't get surrounded. Try harder. That it?
Now it's getting a little bit better.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a...
So I just want to check one more thing. I know when Rebirth, I'm sorry, I know when Remake came out that there was a problem with the DirectX 11, I'm sorry, the DirectX 12 implementation. So I want to switch that to DirectX 11. Launcher. We'll find the game. Other. Need to find the game arguments. There we go. Switch this to DX11. And let's play. See what happens.
Halt! Who goes there? You're up. You're coming with us. Nice and easy. Don't think so. Not bad. Who in the hell? Hands where I can see them.
Have fun.
Freeze! Move and we shoot. Go ahead.
It is still choppy.
Enough of this. Where the hell did he get the Not bad.
Not as bad.
Drop the weapon. You got this. Yeah, what he said. You're coming with us. Can't get surrounded. Nope. Burn. That it?
Just out of curiosity, let's say I limit my frame rate to 60 frames per second. Does it still get choppy? Oh, it's actually pretty good. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the like the VSync. I don't know.
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
Don't know.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Real joy to work with, though.
I save. I want to save. So yeah, it's better when we implement a frame rate limit. So yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty simple video. Wanted to install some launchers and play some games on that launchers. Got EA taken care of. I've got GOG and Epic linked to Heroic Game Launcher. I'd imagine if you want to, you can install those games through Lutris as well. Or not those games, but those launchers through Lutris. You absolutely can. Yep. So that does it for today's video. Thanks for checking it out, following me on this adventure to move off of Windows over to Linux, Bazite in particular. And I think in the next video, I'm going to explore some online games that are competitive. Maybe some games that have anti-cheat technology. What can we run on Linux? What can we not run on Linux? What do we have to keep on Windows? And yeah, we'll go from there. But thank you again for checking out the video. Leave a comment. Is there an easier way to do what I did today? If you have any questions, what can I do to help? Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And I will catch you next time.